April 2, 2005, Zerlens was participating in the Colorado State Boxing Senior Female Championships at the Denver Coliseum in Denver, Colorado. She was knocked out in the third round by her opponent, Heather Schmitz, fell unconscious, and never regained consciousness. Zerlens is the first woman known to have died of injuries sustained during a sanctioned boxing match in the United States. According to the Denver County coroner, the cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. FLORES was a professional Mexican boxer. In 2009, in a match with ALCAZAR, he died due to massive brain injury. He was taken from the ring in a stretcher. The match continued till the 8th round. He was 24. This incident occurred on 2003, when RONE competed with Billy Zumbrun. RONE was hit by a Zumbrun jab just before the bell to end the first round. He turned around to walk to his corner, when he collapsed, dying instantly. A ringside doctor tried to revive him, using cardiopulmonary resuscitation, but his efforts were in vain. An autopsy later revealed RONE had died of a heart attack, instead of as a consequence of the punch inflicted by Zumbrun. On December 25, 2007, he successfully defended the WBO Intercontinental Flyweight title with a unanimous decision victory over Harimal. In the 12th round, Choi was dropped with 5 seconds remaining, but beat the count and went on to win the fight. He collapsed while still in the ring after the bout, and was rushed to the Soonchunhyang University Hospital immediately after the fight in order to undergo emergency brain surgery. Choi was pronounced brain dead on January 2, 2008, and died on January 3, 2008, when he was removed from a ventilator. Daniel Aguilllon was a Mexican featherweight boxer. He died in a Mexico City hospital, after a 5-day coma induced by a knockout punch by fellow Mexican boxer Alejandro Sanabria, during an official fight, held on October 15, 2008 in Polanco, Mexico. He was 24. Frankie Campbell was a heavyweight boxer, and Italian-American in nature. He was killed by Max Baer in the ring on 1930 in San Francisco. The match continued till the 5th round. Campbell died from a severe concussion of the brain. Doctors later discovered that his brain had been knocked loose from the connective tissue inside his head. Brain specialist Dr. Tilton declared death had been caused by a succession of blows on the jaw, and not by any struck on the rear of the head, and that Campbell's brain had been knocked completely loose from his skull. Kim was a South Korean boxer, who died in the World Championship boxing match against Ray Mancini. Kim collapsed into a coma, and was removed from the Caesars Palace Arena on a stretcher, and taken to the Desert Springs Hospital. At the hospital he was found to have a swelling and bleeding on the brain, consisting of 100 cc of blood in his skull. Emergency brain surgery was performed at the hospital to try to save him, but that effort proved to be futile, and Kim died 4 days after the bout, on November 18. The neurosurgeon said it was caused by one punch. Johnson defended his title for the first time on September 17, 2005, against Mexican fighter Jesus Chavez. The fight was stopped early in the 11th round, after Johnson received a barrage of punches from his opponent. Despite being able to leave the ring under his own momentum, he collapsed in his dressing room shortly afterwards. He was rushed to the hospital and had emergency surgery to correct a swelling and bleeding on the brain. Following the surgery, Johnson was placed in a drug-induced coma. Despite initial fears that he would not survive the night even after the surgery, he survived into the next week and was showing some early signs of improvement, but still remained in critical condition. However, his condition stopped improving, and on September 22, 2005, it was decided to discontinue efforts to artificially prolong his life. He was pronounced dead at 4:23 p.m. Martin was known as the Fireman. He was a famous Mexican featherweight boxer. Martin got deeply injured at a fight with Rustam Nugaev. Sanchez died 1 day following his 9th round knockout loss to Rustam Nugaev. Sanchez had left the ring under his own power after being examined by the ringside doctor. He was also examined in his dressing room by a second doctor. Later, after a commission inspector noticed Sanchez walking strangely, he was examined again, and rushed to a local hospital, where he underwent emergency surgery for a swelling and bleeding on the brain. He was placed on a ventilator, but died the following morning. Alcazar's death shocked the boxing world. He lost his title to Fernando Montiel in Las Vegas, Nevada, on June 22, 2002. Immediately following the bout, Alcazar was declared healthy by ringside doctors, with no visible signs of any trauma. He went sightseeing the day after the fight and was in his hotel room getting ready to fly back to Panama, when he collapsed. He was taken to hospital, where he died.